Hello everyone, welcome back to the Geoguessr Explained channel. Today I've got an exciting collab. I'm with Iggs, who is a Geoguessr player from Germany who has developed a whole interesting technique for, working out the copyright and the Google car meta using AI. So Iggs, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming on.
Hello, great to be here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my idea first, Iggs, was that we would maybe let you kind of take us through one, what it is, what you published to Plonket, and then we'll kind of look at, how the sausage is made, so to speak.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. Okay, so I guess we'll start in here, and I'll just explain what you can use this for. First off, I think I should say that it's not like this is not a replacement to region guessing. It's more of a supplement. Like you can, improve your region guess or fix it if it's wrong based on certain attributes.
Yes.
So here we can see that we have like a list of tags, so to speak. Well, not so to speak, those are literally tags. For example, we have the copyrights overall. Those are already really useful. For example, if you have a 2019 copyright, you can rule out a lot of countries. Well, I should also mention that this is only Generation 4 coverage, but I think that's implied. So for example, with 2019, the famous countries you usually consider are Czechia and Ireland. And you can see that a lot of other countries also have it, but those are usually quite easy to recognize. Yeah, you can use these. And then the most useful stuff is the car meta. For example, going back to 2019. Oh, this is missorted. I'll fix that. For example, if you have a blue car, no antenna, you can see where this is. And it's super useful if you have for example, blue car is usually not that useful, but if you have countries that are more rare, like a black car or a red car, for example, you can really rule out a lot. Like for example, if you have a red car with 2020 copyright, 2022 copyright, it's only Sweden or Latvia.
Yeah.
And then if it's without an antenna, actually, oh wait, I misremembered that. Actually, yeah, if it's without an antenna, it's not Latvia, it's only Sweden. I guess that's also useful. Yeah, and there's a lot of tags. Like you can combine all of them. You can even combine it with months.
Right.
I've spent a lot of time learning really niche clusters. For example, there's a no-car 23. Oh, no-car, no antenna 23. Maybe 22. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
22
that one.
cluster in Slovakia.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is super. Like if you combine this with month, you can if it's, for example, if it's winter or early spring, it's only this corner.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff like this.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and everything that's in here can be used. And I guess if you want to really spend a lot of time on it, you can. Yeah, there's probably a lot of really useful clusters, but I have not analyzed it so much. Yeah, I guess that's how you use this.
Yeah. And just as a personal or like a question from personal interest, like how much Geoguessr have you played? Are you quite an experienced player yourself?
So I'd say I'm decent. I'm 1500 right now.
Okay.
In ranked. I've started playing start of this year.
Okay.
And yeah, usually when I have it was a super deep. I went really deep into it. I spent a lot of time learning metas, and then I don't know. I find car meta I find it funny, sort of.
Yeah.
Maybe that's so,
No, it is. Yeah,
it is. And then out of personal interest, I thought, it would be cool to know where all of the cars are. And then usually when I play a game, like a video game or whatever, I try to automate stuff that helps playing it. That's kind of my thing. And Geoguessr, this is what I found. Yeah.
Okay, so that actually brings us to the second topic here. So if you caught the original video, you would probably remember that a lot of this stuff that we, that Iggs has, brought to us through this JSON was already known. However, it all had to be, worked out manually, and normally it would be done on a country-to-country basis. For example, people would work out, where the different copyrights were on Sweden. They would, map out the different cars as well. It was, all documented, but not in the way that can be done with your tool. So why don't you I guess, so this is done by AI, right? So how did you go about creating that?
Exactly. So first of all, I think it's like a huge shout out to the person that made the Sweden JSON. I think their name is, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Sorry if I'm butchering it, but it's like Smagai, Smagai, whatever. Okay. Maybe you know how to pronounce it.
I don't, sadly.
But they made like a JSON which is like 70,000 blocks in Sweden. I think without that JSON, like I think I could have made something like this, but it would have I would have had to spend like probably days or weeks mapping out cars manually myself.
Yeah.
So without them, huge shout out to that. Also, on that note, I should mention the copyright is actually not. I have a tool which can also map copyright, but it's really slow. And the tool is actually, it's a different tool that somebody made. I thought I would mention that because even the copyright itself is really useful. And it's like, if you look on Plunkett, you'll find the tool. Anyways, just wanted to mention that.
Also, so the copyright one is someone else's tool that you've integrated into your system.
Yeah, so there's like, if you have a JSON, you can just you can upload it and it just automatically assigns copyright labels.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then I've made it so like my tool works in a way that if copyright labels already exist for the JSON, it can use it to sort of group them like into these nice categories by year.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I mean, clearly this is like the level of accuracy I've been through and like kind of checked it myself. It's like really quite accurate. I mean, you do see a couple of mistakes here and there, but basically speaking, it's getting it right most of the time. Did you have like, obviously it was based on like a really nice sample size that you had. Did you have problems with that? Like, was it like pretty much first try that it was working nicely?
So the thing about AI, like the way it works is it essentially assigns a probability to each possible label. Like I have to predefine which country, like which colors are possible. In this case, like you can see which ones I allowed.
Yep.
And then it assigns a probability. At first, I was only like, what you do is you take the maximum probability and assign, well, the label with the maximum probability. But what I did at first is I only did that. I didn't check how high the probability was, and it was really noisy when I did that at first. Like you would get like 20 red car locations in every country you would do, which like obviously not every country has red car.
Yeah.
So what I did for that is these confidence labels. This is the probability of the maximum. That's the maximum probability for the label. Like for example, if we look at like a location with 65% probability. Okay, this is a bad example because this is small cam and it's assigned no car, no antenna. But if we look at like JK doesn't have small cam, but it's a bad example because it's incorrect. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But this, for example, this is this one is actually.
Oh yeah, it is actually black. Yeah.
I meant because like this JSON doesn't contain small cam.
Sure.
Assigns, it wasn't trained on that. I didn't have enough locations for that.
Yeah.
So right. So what I can do then is just delete all low confidence predictions. I did this already for this predictions, but I think later I'm gonna show the process of creating a JSON for a specific country,
Mm-hmm.
and there I can show you exactly what I do.
Sure. Actually, click on the 65% like a lower confidence one there again. I find it interesting. I have an observation here. Maybe you can tell me if you think that could be correct or wrong. But I noticed that Lithuania has less than Latvia and Estonia. And I wonder if that's because Lithuania is a much more open country. It's less forested. So perhaps the reason could be that, it's more confident because it's like got more direct sunlight onto the car.
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously not fitting with my rule because this is a sunny day, but just in general, like Lithuania looks more like this. Yeah.
I think that's a really good observation. Yeah. Yeah. Also, there are two different models involved. I should mention. There's the back of car color, in which case here we have 95% confidence. But what I have here is the antenna confidence.
It's the crack on the road, I think, that it's making it confusing.
Yeah, exactly. Because in this case, it actually is an incorrect prediction.
Yeah.
But there you can see that, incorrect predictions are way more likely for low confidence predictions.
Yes.
But if we look at the back of car, I think, Lithuania is relatively, the distribution is still quite even.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe that means that Lithuania has better roads than most other countries, if there's only very little.
Well, I think Lithuania does have decent roads, to be fair. It's interesting. It's an interesting
better
theory.
Than Latvia. Well, just unpaved.
Yeah, I guess as soon as it becomes hard to calculate because a lot of countries will have different proportions of dirt roads versus concrete roads.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, but yeah, that's
and also
super
just
interesting.
Just density of coverage also is a big impact. Like France, for example, just has the most coverage out of all countries.
That's why France is one of the coolest. Okay, very cool. So, shall we have a look? Maybe did you wanna show the process now or not?
Yeah, perfect. We can do that. So I've already generated. We're gonna use Sweden as an example because for one, it was trained on Sweden, so it's gonna perform the best. But also it has all of the possible cars.
Yeah,
even a small cam, and I showed with the new model I made because I already made a model that is able to recognize small cam.
Now that's going to be big because the distribution of small cam is probably one of the ones that people are kind of a little bit apprehensive about learning.
Yeah, it only works for Europe right now, but I'll definitely get to that. I'll probably try not to release that many JSONs before the World Cup anymore, though. Because,
let the players have some peace.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not long now.
Yeah, so I download the Sweden JSON. That's just 25,000 locations, which is decent. And then I don't know if you can see this. This is just my command line.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote my own tool. I just called it AI Labeler, very creative. Anyway, so I gonna make this a bit smaller again. So it has a lot of possible options, but it takes a generated JSON, then where I want to store it, in this case, out.json, and then some parameters. I made like a module format because you need to let it there's different stuff I want to classify with different modules, because if I had one module with a lot of different stuff, like for example, if I would classify blue car no antenna versus.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a sec. Everything good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Just repeat the sentence.
Yeah, okay. So I made like a module format, like if I want to, for example, I have two different modules, one which classifies the color and one which classifies the antenna.
Yeah.
Like whether there is an antenna or not.
So a module's kind of like in the large sense a category, would you say?
Yeah, it's like a that's a good way of saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, like it's like a super category.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do car color here. I'm not going to do the antenna because then it's just going to take twice as long.
Yeah.
But it's just adding another module to the thing. It doesn't matter. So module Gen for Europe model like configs. Oh, Gen for Europe. Yeah, I don't even know how I called them myself. Yeah. Then I have some other options which are not that important. I want to add the confidence as a tag as well, and then I want 32 tasks, so it runs a bit faster. And then I want group mode here. In this case, I'm not going to do the copyright because I would have to run this through a tool, which also takes a while.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do the coverage here, which also, that's just in the JSON. Map generator gives you this. And then I also add the month as a tag. And then I mistyped some tasks. Yeah, and now it's just going to run. It maybe you actually might want to cut this. This won't take super long. Probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah, not to worry. Well, in the meantime, Iggs.
Oh yeah, we can just
let us talk about possible applications, because obviously you've used this so far for the car, the Google car, and obviously the person who created the copyright one is using a similar method with the kind of, I would assume that it's the machine learning. It's given, whoever's made that has given, the different possibilities for copyright, and then the computers like eventually learn to kind of recognize and tell them apart, right? So what do you think could what do you think this script could be used for? Do you have plans for different car metas and maybe like polls? I'm sure people have made other suggestions to you, having seen what you posted. So how do you see that?
So in short, the things it can be used for at the stage I am right now are features that are relatively easy to recognize, that are always at the more or less same location in the frame, and that are it's ideal for like stuff that's super common but just annoying to map manually. So stuff that comes to mind is the presence of a front blur, for example, or the presence of a brake light for cars, or like that's car meta still. But it can also be used for like whether or not there is snow in the image, like finding snow coverage automatically.
Okay. True.
I've experimented with this.
That could be quite cool.
Or like it's kind of hard to find training data for that, but that seemed
could I just interject there? The big Russia JSON created by Finbar that has snow mapped.
Oh yeah, I have that. But the problem with that is that I want snow coverage also in diverse locations. For example, snow coverage in Russia, because it's all in the south. Most of it is like really flat. So like it's it's flat, and there's like patches of snow in some places. But I also want it to work well when there's like mountains and stuff like that, or like snow-covered mountains. So yeah.
No,
but,
true.
Then what also works is, for example, I did paved roads versus unpaved roads.
Okay, that's fun.
And I mean, a lot of stuff is possible. What's probably not possible right now, that would require extra work, is like poles or whatever, because poles are not always in the same location. Relative to the Google camera, you would have to first find where a pole is, and then you could classify it. So it would be a 2-step process.
I could imagine it being pretty possible for someone to just manually create a JSON of 10,000 polls, if a few people helped out, and then just running it through the model after that, maybe, or something.
Yeah, definitely. Like the problem with that is that it probably it would even be possible for the model to learn to recognize. Like it would be, the categories would be like, is there a pole of type A in that frame, in this frame? Like, is there a holy pole in this frame? Or is there a whatever, like a round concrete pole in this frame? But the problem is, like, if there's 2 different types of poles, then it wouldn't, like, it's not like as easy anymore. So what you would need there probably is you would need to train not only like a classifier, but also a detector. Like you would need to first find where there is a pole, and then you can train a classifier on like.
It would be a
those
two-step
images.
process for the AI.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a one-step way of doing it, but yeah, that goes.
Sure.
Okay, it's done, by the way.
Okay,
but,
cool.
Yeah. So I'll create a new map. I just call it like temp for now. And actually, I do the importing on the other screen, so I don't show anything I don't want to show. But it's so there we go. I've just imported the JSON now. This is what my program spits out. And yeah, now we can see the result. So the first thing I do is the separator tags. Actually, those are also like categories. You can see 2018 coverage is here.
Yeah.
That's how it's meant to be. But
I did not realize.
This thing is too wide. So what I usually do is I just make it a bit shorter. So the tag layouting is correct. Then I have to sort this because sorting is weird. Yeah. And now I just save for a bit. Also, these are like sorted incorrectly, but yeah, that's not a big deal. And yeah, now we can see that there's 25% confidence predictions. So for example, we see here there's a small cam apparently that was where the coverage is 2020. That obviously is not correct.
I can see why I thought that though.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to tell with the snow.
Where
like
the blur
it kind
is.
of looks like there's a big blur.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I usually do is I just select all confidences until like 70%, and I just keep everything that's 75% and above. In this case, this means we're deleting 2,200 logs, but like with 25,000 logs, that's not a big deal.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Delete those. Now we can see that this actually is still present. So yeah, there you can see that it's obviously not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, but it's 80% confidence. I guess we can go through and just delete these as well. And I mean, now it's gone, but I mean, yeah, there's always going to be some errors still. So for example, I don't think red car 2018 exists. But yeah, now it's just about going through the ones that look fishy and deleting them manually. For example, I don't think black car exists this early. I can just select these because I just know that these are going to be incorrect given how like little it exists. Also, this is going to be incorrect. And I just delete those. And now this is basically a usable JSON. Like, it's going to be more or less correct.
And you can tell by those clusters that it's definitely almost certainly correct. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So from what we were talking about with the like kind of future possibilities as well, it appears that there's quite some possibility for map making here in addition to learning. For example, a dirt road versus paved road. You could definitely like do an improved version of the dirty world map, which is, only dirt road locations. I could also imagine training it for like urban versus rural to like create some, maybe like a cool urban map that, I don't know, like, I don't know what the possibilities would be there, or maybe even like, you could even like maybe do one that's like is the location forested, and you could like create a forested map, or you could actually just even beyond having a map to play, you could see visually, what the proportion of frames that are forested in different regions of the country, which could be nice, I guess. I mean, it already shows that on the map, but
yeah. I mean, there's different tools for that already. Like I think Valley, or however you pronounce it, already has quite a bit of like options you can use. What I find kind of funny, what you could use this for, is you could make maps that only contain blue car.
Yeah,
that would kind of eliminate car meta.
Yeah.
So
true.
Yeah.
That would be fun indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of possibilities I haven't even thought of, probably. Yeah.
I'm also curious, this is like kind of like just more of like a philosophy of the game question, but as a fairly new player who's grinded and become pretty good recently, and obviously I guess like would you describe yourself like as a bit of a perfectionist or no?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is just part of the question. My real question was like, what do you think of car meta in general? Obviously, you said you kind of find it a bit funny, which I agree. Like if you like actually look at it objectively, it's kind of ridiculous, the tiny minutia that we're studying as GeoGuessr players. But no, I just mean more from like a competitive standpoint, from like a World Cup standpoint, as a player. How do you find this? Because obviously. And personally, I think this is very cool. I think it's great that this is available information, but it also does exacerbate the car meta.
Yeah.
What would you say? Not dependency. That's a bit too strong, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So this is also, like I said, I obviously only released one JSON so far, and like I don't think I need to keep it secret that I have other JSONs for other countries. But this is one reason I haven't released everything I have like at once. I think if I did that, then yeah, I mean it would. I don't think that would be good if I just make every car meta available at once, because I think that would really exacerbate it. But I don't. It's not that I don't dislike car meta. Like I think it's fine to use it, but I still think. Like if it didn't exist, it would be better, but I don't think it should be removed, if that makes sense. Like I don't think Geoguessr should just go through and paint a box like at the bottom of the screen at every point.
Yeah.
Like if it didn't exist, it would be fine. But I like if you say that it's not fine to look at the Google card, then the question is, what is fine? Like, is it fine to use copyright? Probably not. Is it fine to use like seasons? And like, yeah, I think it's like it's hard to say where the line of like valid versus invalid meta is.
Definitely. Smudges, dead pixels, the coverage season, the exposure of the camera, all these things are like tied to the tied to the Google coverage.
Yeah, like coverage meta in general. And I think. Yeah, I mean, I think smallcam is. I hope that smallcam is going to be like the quote unquote solution to car meta, because like, I mean, there is smallcam car meta obviously, but not as much as there is with like the normal Generation 4 camera.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I am optimistic for it, but I'm less optimistic on the on the meta front, although I think it will help that situation. But I'm more optimistic just in terms of the new countries that it's going to bring, and how it's going to get us new countries in a nicer fashion, like because instead of crap cam, instead of trucks, it's going to be probably the optimal way for new countries to come into the game. So that I do find really fun. But it's interesting hearing what you said about that. Like, I mean, it's just kind of, you all of a sudden have like a bit of, I guess, whether you wanted it or not, now you have a bit of responsibility in a way, which is pretty funny as like kind of a newer community member. But it's cool. I think you sound like you've thought things through, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Also, like I don't plan on like not releasing anything at some point. I am gonna start releasing more, obviously. Like I don't think it would be fair if I just keep everything I have to myself, because obviously I've also trained the AI on community made maps. Well, not all maps I made are with community made maps, but like at least like a few of them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, that makes perfect sense to me, and I think that I think that definitely makes sense. Everything you've said. So, yeah, is there anything else we should mention before we end it off?
I can't think of anything. No, not
well, really. I think it's going to be an interesting one to have the comment section kind of weigh in and talk about things that they might want to see. Well, maybe they'll have some questions for you, like what like maybe they have ideas what could be possible. Maybe you can hang around there and maybe answer some of those questions, because maybe at this very moment I can't think of any like other cool ideas, but surely there would be people who have some.
One thing that's like that I think you're kind of famous for the red roads, right? That's definitely something you could map automatically.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. And I could maybe even give you the JSON for the red roads, which I've saved so far. That could be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I think I can probably just use, like, if I have, it's probably enough if I just have like 10,000, or like, no, 10,000 is a lot. If I have like 1,000 logs that are like a red road, then I can just generate like for the like counter examples, because obviously the AI needs positive and negative
Yes,
examples for red road. I can just generate like Germany. Like, we don't have that many red roads in Germany, so I think that's
I beg to differ. Well, it depends. Like the thing is, like, it's almost like worth doing within each country as well, because what I call a German red road, it probably would not count as a Swedish red road, and yet, like, I do actually use the color of the road in Germany to make region guesses in certain parts. So yeah, I mean, it's like it's definitely like something that would need a bit of tweaking, I would say. But but you're right, that would almost certainly work pretty nicely.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you send me the JSON, I can do this.
Yeah, I'll do that directly after the call. But Iggs, I think that's like kind of more or less what I wanted to chat through. Thanks for showing me this and all of us this, and also congratulations on the good work. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Okay, guys. Well, that is it for the video. Again, massive shouts to Iggs for this. And I'll probably put a link to the Plonket message that has all this contained.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna mention that I saw quite a few comments saying that they were struggling to find the download link. I think you can just put the Google Drive download in your like description, if that's
okay. That's best.
Like, you don't need to. Yeah.
Okay, so there will be a link to the JSON. The JSON then you would import into Mapmaking App, which is the website that Iggs is on right now. And then you can, enter the Playhouse and do whatever your heart desires with these JSON tags. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's it. Iggs, thanks very much again. And goodbye, everyone at home. Catch you later.